Hello, Internet. It has been a while indeed. I've been very busy, but I come to you with an unboxing. Specifically, another keyboard for all of you keyboard lovers out there. As you can see also, we are filming from the new desk. Video on that to follow eventually. I apologize. I'll have more time around Christmas, so maybe that'll be my Christmas present to all of you if enough of you want to actually see what I created here. But I do like it quite a bit. Okay, anyways, this is the star of the show today. We have the Razer Blackwidow Tournament Edition Chroma V2. So, I know a lot of people are probably thinking, like, why would you buy this? Why would you buy a Razer keyboard, right? Are you a Razer shill? Is it because you got like a Razer Death Adder and a Razer Nomos set of speakers? No, I think what it is that at this price, which is, I got it on sale, mind you, Black Friday sales and all that, it's tough to beat, and I think it's going to be a solid performer. Now, I haven't opened it yet. I could end up eating all of my words in front of all of you, but that's what I think. That's my gut feel. So I'll take a look at it, and we'll see. Okay, let me grab my scissors. The famous red unboxing scissors. Here they are. Snip, snip. Yeah, so a few things about Razer. People often say, oh, you know, it's not worth it, and you're just paying for some RGB or some Razer branding, you know, gamer branding, or some people think it's obnoxious. Well, I'll sell it to you this way. If you happen to like Razer's aesthetic, then, you know, you should consider that when you're buying a product. If you like it and it makes you happy, the value there is clearly, you know, some value that you intrinsically, or not intrinsically, but it's a value that you see and others may not. And it really is, it's like they say, you know, beauty is in the eye of the beholder. And I think this is going to be a really good keyboard because this wrist rest is very plush and they don't make it like this anymore. Yeah, I should also mention, this is an older model. It's not their current V3 line, but it was on sale. It was pretty good price. It's cheaper than any other pre-made board out there, so can't really go wrong. Okay, so you got the usual instruction manual. Sometimes with Amazon, you can't tell if these things are brand new or not, but I'm gonna take a sniff. Okay, smells new. Smells new. Don't smell any Cheetos or any other stuff. Okay, I'll take this out. Okay. Oh, it's got a detachable cable. Looks like Razer was ahead of the game at the time. Woo! Look at that! Plush wrist rest. Okay, well, what we're looking at is, you know, very much old school Blackwidow. Not old school, but like more classic. And, ooh, you're actually quite nice. For anybody who's looked at it and seen the Blackwidow Hyper Speed, the 65% board, this looks very similar. It's just a bit bigger. You know what? Let's pull out the Ducky SF for a size comparison. So, let me see. Oh, interestingly, if I line up the escape key, left row, the backspace is a bit, the actual full size, like a normal standard OEM board, actually extends a bit more. So this particular 60% chunk is actually a bit smaller than normal. And now it is very obvious that, you know, their Windows key, their function, and their tab, they're a lot smaller than the standard. Okay, let's just see a sound test quickly. So this is the Ducky 12 SF with the Kale box whites. And you can notice there's two clicks, one when you depress and one when you release. I expect there to only be one with the Razer, so yeah, so you only get the click when you press down, and releasing is just the sound of the switch coming back up the housing. Okay. A nice feature of some of the old Blackwidows and most of their current line is that they would have the USB pass-through, but this particular model doesn't support that, but that's not a big deal. I'll give this a bit of a typing test too. Clicky switches are really like, you either love them or you hate them, or you eventually, you start hating them and then you learn to love them, or you start loving them and learn to hate them. Whatever it is, you know what, I think honestly, you should get the switches that you like. If you like how they feel, how they sound, that's what really should be the most important. Who cares if, you know, the majority says, oh, this is what is right and this is what is wrong. at the end of the day, you're going to be the one who's going to be using your stuff. So if you're going to buy it, you're going to pay for it yourself. You really should enjoy it. So that's my personal belief. You know, screw what other people say. Like, oh, that's a lousy product. And if it is actually an inferior product, if it's known to have issues and break and spoil and, you know, just be junk like that, that's something to consider. But if it's just something that people like to beat on because it's easy to beat on, you know, that's not exactly a great reason. And anyways, I'm really liking the feel. Oh, actually, as a kid, way before I got into keyboards, I remember a friend of mine had a Razer. I think it was probably Blackwidow with those mechanical green switches. At the time, I didn't know a thing about switches. They were trying to explain to me like, oh yeah, you know, these are greens and they're a lot like blues, and blues different from browns and reds. I had no clue what that meant. I only knew about colors in general, you know, like blue is a blue, that's it. But yeah, this is the sound that I had long wanted, and now we have. And another thing to note is, if you can see here, this board actually features a white, I think a white, I call it a white underplate. And what that does is that causes the RGB lighting to diffuse very nicely on the inside. I haven't plugged it in. Actually, I should just plug it in. Okay, give me a second. Okay. Okay, we have a... Oh. Now, usually I'll brute force things, but you know, when they do it like this, you got to do it well. And that's the thing about Razer. Their packaging is, I would say, top notch. They beat out a lot of guys. Like I was talking about that Keychron board being pretty solid, but you know, their packaging is meh. Nothing great. You don't really feel like, oh, I'm buying a really premium thing. Decent product for sure, but Razer unboxing experience is really something to behold. Razer software, on the other hand, is not really something that great, but you know, it's just what would you call it, a necessary evil, maybe. Can't even get it in. That's what she said. Okay, let's see. So let's get this button up. Ka-chow. Let's get some lights. I'm expecting the usual chroma cycling. Oh, this is really nice. It really goes well with this desk mat too. Oh, I'll probably do. Ooh, it's alive. Oh, get over here. Ooh. Oh boy, it's already automatically synced up. Okay, we're gonna run a quick typing test. Sorry for all the debris and all the crap over there. Oh, where's the crap? How about you look away for just a hot sec? Let's put you right there. Okay, welcome back. Okay. Hopefully no embarrassing web pages. Hate when that happens. Let's go to monkey type. Okay, I do notice this is an ABS keycap set, so sucky thing is my greasy fingers will probably ruin this poor keyboard. Okay, how come it's not? Oh, I didn't click it, that's why. $124, okay, not bad. 不错的. Okay, well, I think I gotta sit down and play with it a bit more, but this wrist rest's really nice. They don't make it like this anymore, unfortunately, unless you get the Pro model, I think, but that I think is too much money. Initial thoughts, looks really sleek, fits the setup really well. These black cables there, everything. Do they feel better than the Killbox whites? It's tough to say. Killbox whites, they have that up and down click, which is kind of nice. The switches, if you like clicks, I think stick with the Killbox series. So Killbox white, jade, navy, pale blue, I think that's the other one. They all have a very satisfying click. This is more like a ooh click and then it dies, because it comes back up normal press. So I think I do like the Killbox whites a bit more. I'll play around with this keyboard a bit more and see what I think, but I really like the lighting. Let me just turn off the lights here. And yeah, that RGB is beautiful. Yeah, if you like RGB, you know, if you like the RGB, raise your hand. I don't know how the sound goes, whatever. But you know, if that's what you like, that's what you like. And nowadays, almost every other pre-built keyboard, Ducky, Keychron, only some Varmillo, they have RGB, so that's pretty normal. I personally think it looks great. I like that you can customize it. Issues, people say that, you know, the software on Razer isn't very good. I agree. You got to log in for some reason. You can't just edit things easily, which is a pain in the ass. But there's a lot of customization, and because Razer has such a huge customer base or following, there's a lot of pretty cool stuff that you can download. So like RGB, or what do they call it, like Chroma effects or Chroma lighting or whatever, which is pretty cool. And yeah, that will conclude it from my initial thoughts on this. Wow, I have a full Razer setup now. Not entirely planned, but okay, we'll play around, we'll see how it goes. And desk, entire setup video to follow, assuming there's demand. Don't mind all these cables, I need to clean this up a bit. This is quite embarrassing. Or maybe I shouldn't have shot a video with all such a mess going around here. Okay, you go into the keyboard drawer for now. Okay, ignore that. But anyways, that's been your host, moi, and hope you enjoyed, hope you found that useful. Let me see, is there anything? There's also the instruction manuals in there, stickers, the usual, but otherwise this is all you get: the keyboard, the rest, very plush, and the cable. So, there you have it. Razer Blackwidow Tournament Chroma V2. I think it's still on sale on Amazon, so if you are interested, go take a look.